Good morning. Today is May 10th. I believe it is Thursday, so happy Thursday, everyone. This is my second time recording this, which makes me a little sad because I actually freestyled it in the beginning, and it makes me a little sad because I feel like it was good, except I was trying to do this with my son in the background, and it just was not working. I mean, as you know, 2-year-olds can be, he just was not having it, just wanting to play too much, and I just had a lot of, external interference. So I'm just going to redo this and not have so much shakiness and interference and stops and pauses and all that stuff. So I apologize just in advance. But let's just get into this. Today, even before I pulled the cards, I was speaking on the feelings I was meditating on before I did this, and it was feeling like kind of stuck in a dream world. Not really in a dream world, but it's like feeling we're more in our mind today, like we're more having to, like when we're approaching circumstances, at least for me, I'm finding I'm needing to approach circumstances more in a mental way. And I'll give an example. So instead of, when I have an issue, or not even an issue, just an interaction. Let's just say a general interaction. And I'm moving these cars because it's getting windy. But I'll continue speaking, I'll just turn around. But I'll continue speaking. And so normally we would just have that interaction, right? It could be a squabble or even just, just a small conversation. It could be even positive. But here we go. But we might not actually give it any more deeper thought. And I feel like today is really a good time for us to give a deeper thought about the interactions. Not just today, but I feel like it is just kind of highlighted today. Just to clarify, if I haven't in a while, these readings aren't always just daily. A lot of these cards can often pop up from the day before, or even, from a few days back or whatever. So a lot of it is just, going with, the rest of the week. It really is just a flow of story. So, and I think you'll see that just a little bit further along. So, gonna do this a little bit on this chair, but you do what you gotta do, right? Because I really didn't want to put out a bad video and just say maybe I don't put out a video today, but I was like, no, you do what you gotta do. So I'm doing what I gotta do. Alright, so for our blessings here, we have, there we go. We have the Queen of Cups and the Justice card. And so I really do get the feeling of diving deeper, getting under the deeper meaning of the situations, the interactions that you're going through. Not just the interactions, but just anything that you feel like you may justly or even unjustly going through. And I use that word specifically because, it is the Justice card. And for me, and not just with this card, but as you'll see as I get through the rest of them, a lot of this is dealing with, karma, and again, I don't know just how far along people are when they're, watching my videos, but karma is not a, inherently negative thing. So and karma is not even about good or bad. It's really just about, the lessons that you really need to learn. Nothing is really bad. I always look at things as a win or learn situation. It's not really ever a losing situation. So just to get back to the reading, I guess that even just speaks to even the meaning of this, like just seeing the deeper meaning of, the things that you go through. Maybe realizing there is deeper meaning, to the good and the bad, whatever it is that you're going through. I'll just set those aside because I still want to pull those as I bring us to our challenges here. As we have the Ten of Wands, the Temperance, and the Seven of Pentacles. So again, I feel that Temperance even brings excuse me. Need some water, excuse me. Brings more of that the Justice card through, because the Temperance and the Justice kind of bring forth both the same feeling of balance, but not just balance in such a vague sense, but also in, you know, a spiritual sense, and in a soul sense, you know. And that's where the feeling of, you know, the karma, having to, you know, come within balance within yourself between you know, the feminine and the masculine. Even when I look at these cards, and not just when I look at these cards, the Temperance is normally in any deck someone that it can be of vague, you know, gender. It's not very you know, it isn't determined if they're male or female, and it's meant to be that way, because they're not necessarily either. It's like it's about the mix, you know. It's about the mix of the masculine and the feminine, the mix of the awareness as well as the intuition. And I also get that when I look at the Justice card. I mean, she has a feminine look, but she's still very stern, not necessarily feminine in the face. So it really, for me, brings us, you know, that sense of, you know, balance of, even if you want to go to the higher and lower mind, you know, it's just you know, the balance of ourselves. And even when we're looking at this Ten of Wands, the way that he's holding the wands, because that's where my side is being drawn to, is just not managing it well. He's not balancing it well. It's not even about this being too heavy or anything for him. It's just not, he's not carrying it very well. And so you're having to take a step back maybe and actually take it, you know, a reassessment. And I also, you know, this, give me 1 second. Okay, you're gonna have to excuse my son knocking on the window. I'm gonna try and make this short then. So yeah, let's just get to the rest of it before he loses his mind in there. So I thought this was really interesting. We had 3 major arcana cards for our, you know, conclusion. So we have the Hermit, the Chariot, and the World. So for me, this brings in a message of taking complete excuse me, I really do need to drink some water after this. Taking complete control of our inner world. And I see that, especially with the Hermit, I don't see this as us really being necessarily by ourselves in a lonely way, but it's more just like realizing, you know, as we go within, that we are the whole world. The whole world is actually within us. And so we're coming to this balance. Like, there's just so many like balance elements in each of the pieces of the spread that it's just really hard to ignore. That, you know, this is really, you know, a time of coming into balance, you know, through into karmic balance, into, you know, our balance within our mind, where we're actually coming into control of it, you know. We're no longer just ruling it. It's not about not having emotions or any of these things, but it's about being in control of them, and them not being the thing that controls you and ruling how your world comes out. Not letting your feelings control how your world manifests. You know what I mean? As far as when, you know, when you're feeling down and in that, I'm not going to get into it. Because then this will be a whole other video. But I hope that resonates. Bottom of the deck, the Death card. So this continues the whole entire message this past week or so of, you know, transformation. And this is, you know, transformation, as above, so below, as below, so above, you know. Especially with, we have the Chariot on the inside with the Hermit and the World. Like, it's just too much for me. It's just too much for me to see, you know, how these cards actually played out. So yeah, I hope that resonates. Again, I apologize about the shakiness and the pauses and all of that. I just really wanted to get the video out. I just was feeling really good after a short meditation and wanted to get this out just because I have a feeling today is going to be busy. So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Gladiator in Sweats. How to spell that or whatever is in the description box below. I believe that's it as for now. If you have any inquiries about any personal readings, you can also find the details for that in the description box. And I believe that is it. So until tomorrow, I will talk to you guys then, and I hope you have a blessed Thursday. Peace, y'all.